Hi, Mark here. It is Tuesday, March the 10th, going on 11 a.m. Eastern. Let's have a look how the US dollar has progressed this morning. Continuation of what we saw yesterday. Dollar weakness, US dollar being sold off. I've got support at 98.22. I've got resistance at 98.68. If we see a continuation of dollar weakness, I think the next barrier that's going to be tested is this 98 level, which coincides with the ascending trend line. We'll see if sellers can push below that, or if buyers do step in and we see a bounce back up. I've got resistance at 98.68, but certainly weak US dollar as the US session gets underway. Let's have a look at the majors, starting on the euro against the US. And there you see also continuation from yesterday. Buying euro, selling US dollar weakness. I've got support at 116.06. I've got resistance at 116.63. Continued dollar weakness. We'll see buyers of euro push up, test this resistance level, perhaps higher. A turnaround from weak to strong US dollar would see sellers looking to bounce down of this area, looking down at the 116.06 support level. The pound against the US. Again, a continuation follow through from yesterday. Buying pound, selling US dollar weakness. I've got support at 134.10. I've got resistance at 134.85. That's the level buyers will be looking to test and break above. That'll go along with dollar weakness, a turnaround. Selling pound, buying US. If the US dollar can make a comeback during the US session, perhaps even during the afternoon portion of the US session, sellers will be looking down at the 134 support area. US dollar against the yen. Here we're seeing US dollar definitely fighting back against the yen. Still a red candlestick that's selling US, buying yen, but yen's strength was all the way down to support at 157.23. I've got resistance at 158, that very tough level for buyers to break above. But you can see the bounce over here. If I zoom in on the hourly, there you see the US dollar fighting back, but struggling at this level now. And in this hour, again, we are seeing weak US dollar, selling US, buying yen. We'll see through the remainder of the US session how that plays out. Sellers looking down here at the 157.23. And like I said, buyers struggling, US dollar strength, and buyers struggling at this 158 resistance level, coupled with the anticipation or fears of possible Bank of Japan intervention. And then the US dollar against the Canadian. Strong Canadian again. Yesterday, US dollar did fight back all the way. You see that wick. Today, so far, US dollar hasn't fought back against the strong Canadian. I've got resistance at 136.02. I've got support at 135.41. Continued US dollar weakness, Canadian strength may just test this support level, but we know it is a tough level to break below. We saw that yesterday, and we have seen the wicks below the support area. If US dollar buyers do step in, we see a turnaround from weak to strong US dollar. I would anticipate the bounce to be off this area, buyers looking back up at that 136 level. We've got our resistance support levels all being tested right now. We're looking at US dollar weakness as the US session gets further underway and into the afternoon portion. We'll see if that can be maintained or if there's going to be a turnaround. Good trading. Keep that discipline, and I'll see you at the end of day.